This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Daily Herald.
Now, Jessica, it's been about a month or so since you've won state. I know you've kind of gone on the interview circuit. Here's another one today. You mentioned the day of, it was still taking a while to sink in, to realize that you actually had won state.
Yeah,
now that you've
it's
had
still kind of sinking in, though. I mean, I didn't have a chance to kind of fully understood that I actually won, because when I was on the green, I was like, okay, did I really win? Because Keller told me that, oh, did you realize you just won? So, my face dropped, and I was so, I guess I was still in shock, because I didn't have that feeling where I was up by 4. I didn't know, which I'd rather not know. And so realizing that I won, it just put, a complete shock to me, and I kind of just wanted to, stand there for, a moment by myself, but then I couldn't, because, cameras were coming up to me, my friends, on the other golf teams, and Aaron, who's a senior in Neuqua. So it's a very great experience to feel like you won state and stuff.
And I know eventually someone held a phone up to your ear, and it was your dad on the phone.
That was a little, I know that you're not supposed to talk to anyone, but I mean, my dad was not there, so he's very happy for me. He was texting Keller back and forth, and him knowing that it's very nerve-wracking because he's not there to see it. But I think he was very happy for me, and he wanted to be there, but I knew that he made me feel good. So I know that he was happy for me.
Now, sticking with that weekend, after day one, you're 5 shots back. I know anything can happen in golf, but did you even think you had a chance to win going into the second day?
I had a little chance. I didn't want to think too much, because then I would play bad. But I felt like if I stayed in my motion, and I could be capable of winning or something. I mean, I don't like to think about that towards the end. I kind of just want to focus more on, okay, let's play golf, let's shoot a good round, let's play the best round of golf I've ever played. So I kind of towards the end, I realized that, okay, that maybe I had a chance, but I'd rather not know, because Keller didn't tell me. But then going up to the last, or teeing off, I saw the reaction, so I kind of figured maybe I was up by a little or something. I didn't know, so I had to be careful, because I didn't know if I was up by a lot or a little, and I didn't want to go into a playoff, because then that'd be even more nerve-wracking. So.
Yeah, and she tripled her first hole.
Yeah,
I mean, so
I had no idea even until they told me at the end. So.
Yeah, what was that like for you? I mean, so you don't have any idea where you're at. Yeah. What were you focusing on then?
I think I was focused more on myself rather than thinking about what other people are doing. I think that it's better for me to focus on myself, because for myself, I know that this game is very challenging, and I tend to lose confidence in myself. So I try to boost up my confidence and think that, okay, let's start from the bottom and just, have a smooth swing, or, just play smoothly and not try to force anything, because if you force something bad will happen. And so I kind of just stayed, made pars, and this was my first bogey-free round, so.
Yeah, and I noticed Coach Keller and you, had, kind of little chats in between a lot of the different holes. What are some things he's telling you? Obviously, he didn't tell you where you were in the standings, but I would imagine maybe strategy-wise.
Yeah, he basically told me where the wind is. He checked for me. He the layout of it, where to aim, where trouble is. Basically, he can't he knows me so well that I don't really need advice, because he told me that, and so. He basically strategizing where to hit, what club maybe to use sometimes, and depending on the wind, because at Decatur it was really windy, and so.
Yeah, I know you mentioned you had a bogey-free round in round 2, I believe. Of the final score is a 69, and the other thing that stuck out to me, you hit 17 out of 18 greens.
I didn't even realize I hit that many greens. I thought maybe I missed a little, but I just remember. I think 12, I missed it, and I chipped it to about a couple of inches, and that's the only thing that I remember about chipping. So So that was a great feeling to not, I guess that's like my first time that I like have a lot of green regulations, because, you know, my swing isn't like perfect right now. It's kind of like, it's a little iffy, but, you know, I've been working on it over the winter a lot, and then this winter I'm going to like focus more on that specifically. So.
Yeah, what kind of goes into that? I would imagine it's ball striking, you know, being focused, a lot of the things that kind of going into kind of being that consistent on that day. Were you just dialed in the zone?
I think so. I think that my coach came down to watch me, my swing coach. He came down, and I kind of like, I was more comfortable with myself. I kind of focused on a smooth tempo. Like I mean, he didn't really tell me anything, but he kind of just told me that like, have fun out there, be yourself, don't like it. If you have a bad hole, kind of just relax, take a deep breath, and just play golf. And I did that, and so I mean, it felt great because like I was so dialed in my swing that I didn't really focus on anything else, and my putting was always there, and so I just made a lot of birdies as much as possible.
Yeah, now, you know, one thing that was consistent, aside from your very good play between regionals, sectionals, and state, was Bing was one of your playing partners. You guys, I think, played a 3-hour, 15-minute round with Taylor at regionals.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, you both played well at sectionals, and then she was in that final pairing with you at state.
Both rounds.
Yeah. You guys obviously, you know, good friends off the course. What's it like playing with her? You guys obviously very comfortable.
Yeah, she's a great player. It's very fun to play with her. I mean, I've known her for I think a couple of years now. We practiced a couple times, and I think playing with someone that you're comfortable with and knowing that you're good friends with them, it's more comfortable. It's a fun round. It's more relaxed. Even though both of us were being serious, we didn't really talk that much, but like we understood that when it comes to like big tournaments, we kind of have to focus more and not like talk to each other as much. So we're very good friends, and she's a very great player.
Yeah, what's it kind of like dealing with that situation where, you know, you guys are cordial and want to be friendly, but know that going into the final round at state, you guys are both going for the same goal? I
think for me, it's kind of like sticking to like me. I think she was doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. She had some troubles, but I think that, you know, she's always going to be like a very good player. She has a very good short game. And like I was down by 2 for her because I think she shot a 70, I shot a 3. She shot a 70, I shot a 73. And so I think that knowing that like I had to come out and just play, kind of like maybe like feel like, okay, I can maybe like catch up to her or something like that, and then, you know, try not to make mistakes, because, you know, in golf it's hard not to make mistakes. Mm-hmm. So I know that if I focus more on like small details, then it would work out. Yeah, and then back on that day, I think it was actually 16 out of 18 greens, because the other thing I remember was on 16, you make that putt from the fringe on the par 3. Yeah. Did you think that had a chance to go in? I just wanted to get it close. I mean, like, when I putted, like, it was like right on line, so I was like, okay. And I was like, it's sunk in, so I was like, yes, I made another birdie on the back 9. So it was like, I didn't know that was gonna go in, but like I just wanted it so badly, because I had so many pars in the back 9 beginning, and so I just wanted to like make that putt. Now, as a freshman, you finished tied for second at state, and I was talking with Coach Keller, you know, the day you won this year, and he said, you know, I asked him what's the difference, and he said, you know, last year Jess shoots a 72 on the first day, and we're elated. This year she shoots a 73 on the first day, and we're disappointed. Was that kind of the difference as far as, you know, thinking you maybe left a couple shots out there, you know, versus last year when you came in as a freshman versus this year, expectations a little bit higher? I think last year as a freshman, it's kind of like you're new to high school golf. I mean, I was used to like outside tournaments because I play in the summer so many times with like good players. And so coming into this year, I knew what to expect. So it's kind of like a higher expectation to, you know, since I was second, I kind of like my goal was to win state. And I mean, that's very pressuring if you just have that goal. But I think that if you set your mind to a goal, it's kind of like, it's good to have that goal in mind, because then like later you can look back, oh, this is my goal. And so it's like, I guess this year I knew what to expect more, and so I kind of like came out and like, you know, played better than, you know, like last year. I mean, even though I shot like 1 stroke more than last year. I mean, I did leave like a couple of shots out. I could have had more birdies, but it's the game of golf, and I can't really control like where the putt's in. It's kind of like more of luck, and like I guess I didn't have that much the first day of the state tournament.
Now, you mentioned some of the junior golf tournaments you play over the summer. I know you've been to San Diego. You won the Chick Evans this summer. How much have those tournaments over the past, 3-4 years coming up in golf kind of helped you become and develop the kind of tournament player you are now?
I think playing with like very good players, seeing like what they do, because they don't live here, and so it's kind of like good to see where they're from and how they practice and how much they practice on. I think for me, playing like outside tournaments is very fun. I know it's more serious in the summer, and then it's more of like it's competitive, and then coming to high school is competitive, but it's kind of more laid back. It's like hanging out with your teammates and like having friends on like other schools, and so it's like very fun kind of atmosphere, and so I like that feeling to like, have friends on other teams.
And then you make the decision to play in the Illinois Women's Open this summer, and you finished 20th. You're by far the youngest player in a field that includes some PGA or LPGA players and some very top college players. What was that experience like for you?
It was fun. Like, I wanted a caddy so badly that I finally was like, I told my dad that, okay, I really want to play this tournament. He's like, yeah, you can go for it. You can play this. And plus it's Mistwood. I mean, that's my home course, so I'm more comfortable. And I think seeing how they play, and like they're a lot older than me, and it was just fun. It was more laid back because going into it, I wasn't pressured or anything. I just wanted to like get my name out there, saying, oh, I'm the youngest player. I want to see like what I'm capable of, like during like these high tournaments, and it's like a pro tournament. I never played in a pro tournament before, and so like in the future, like I really want to play. In the next few years, I want to play a lot more of this tournament, and so see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, you not only make the cut, but you finished 20th. What were your expectations going into that one?
I think sinking in, plus because my putting wasn't really well. Like I had like a ton of 3 putts. My caddy was Ricky, and he helped me a lot with reading the greens, and he told me basically, jokingly, he's like, can you like not 3-putt? And so, like I kind of put that in my mind, like, okay, I can't 3-putt anymore. So then in the back 9, I think I was even or 1 over. And so like after he told me that, I started making, not making putts, but not 3-putting, because Mistwood green is very difficult. It's very difficult to read. And so basically I remember like on 16, I was like off the green, or like I chunked my chip and then like I made the putt. So it was kind of like a confidence boost. And then the next hole I birdied the hole. So I just remember that small details, and it was a good feeling to like play with older people and like competitively.
Now, I know golfers always looking to improve. We see you add 20 or 15 to 20 yards on your driver this year, and it clearly helped things out with your approach shots. What's next? What are you working on in the off season?
I think more of chipping, because my short game, like I have tendencies to chunk a lot of my shots, and I think focusing more on my swing. I think everything mentally, especially because sometimes if I have a bad hole, I kind of get down myself, and I try not to, but it's very hard because this game of golf, it's like it makes you kind of lose your confidence sometimes, and so I need to like think more about like who I am, like be more confident in myself so that I could play even better, and like maybe shoot a lot more under par, a lot more like rounds and stuff.
Well, definitely. Well, Jessica, congratulations
Thank
once
you.
again. Thank you for your time, and we'll let you get back to English class now.
Thank you so much.